First, we have Whothat, LSU Tigers, women's basketball. My girls ain't showing up this season, man. If you didn't know, that's my squad. That's my team, man. Reese, Flau'jae, Moakley. That's my big three, man. They all be dripping off the court. And Reese, Flau'jae, of course, Monroe, Williams, all them. Van Leaf put in work on the court, man. They should be undefeated. Or you maybe can say a loss to South Carolina is okay, but it's not, because if when you have a packed roster and stacked roster like that, you got to win the big games, man. They had 2 losses in the span of 4 days. They lost to South Carolina 76-70, and then yesterday they lost to Mississippi State 77-73. They was heavy favorites in this Mississippi State game. It was a 75% chance that LSU was going to win this game. So I'm glad I didn't bet, because I would have bet on my girls and I would have lost my money. So you lucky, Reese, that I ain't bet, because you was going to have to pay up. I would have betted my money. But they're not living up to the hype, man. They should be undefeated. They should be undefeated, but they're not. And I believe, and I'm gonna give you some few reasons I believe they're not. They don't have enough depth. They don't. They have a stock roster, and when I say that, they have a stock starting 5. Their starting 5 gives you a lot of minutes, and they don't play their bench at all, unless they have to. Last night, Reese gave 37 minutes, Monroe gave 39, Williams gave 35, Flau'jae gave 37, and Van Leaf gave 31. Your bench gave you 4, 5, and 12. Poa gave you 12 minutes the most. She been there for a minute. They have a great starting 5, but they don't have enough depth. They be looking exhausted in late third quarters and fourth quarters. They look tired. That's just honest the truth. A lot of the players may look tired some games when they have back-to-backs, or when they have games that are, you know what I'm saying, close to each other, like these 2 games I'm referring to. They had 2 games in the span of 4 days. So then you look back at the biggest game of the season against South Carolina. I'm going to give you the minutes. Reese gave 29 because she fouled out. Monroe gave 35. Williams gave 38. Flau'jae gave 40. Van Leaf gave you 38. Paul gave you 3. They don't have a bench. Their starting 5 is great, but they need some depth. In these games that's coming up, these next few games where they may not play big stars or big teams that they should blow out, I'm going to need Coach Moakley to put these backups in. So you're going to have to get some faith in these backups. They're going to have to learn to play, and she's going to have to trust them. Because once March Madness hit and teams know that there's no depth, they're going to attack Reese and she fouls out, then what? And you're seeing how they kind of collapse in that South Carolina game. You have to get some depth, Coach Moakley. You have to find trust in your other players, and you have to play them. Another reason why they not undefeated as they should be, or living up to this hype, is the chemistry. Last year they won a championship, yes, but they only have 2 players returning from that last year's team. That starters, 2 starters. Poa is returned, but she hasn't played much. The 2 starters are Reese and Flau'jae. Them 2 get stairs, yes, but you have other stars, like your biggest star that you brought in from the transfer portal, Van Leaf. She is a big star. She was getting up at least 20 shots a game at Virginia Tech, and she come to a powerhouse like LSU, and she's not getting, the shots up like she should. Last night she shot 1 for 6, and she gave you 4 points. You need more from your stars. Not saying that she's a bad player, she's not playing good, or she lost it from coming from Virginia Tech to LSU, but she's playing with other stars now, other playmakers, so she has to find ways to scheme up. Moakley has to find ways to scheme up her players. I don't need Van Leaf giving me 6 shot attempts. I need more. shot attempts from Van Leaf throughout the game. Reese going to get her. She got 17 shot attempts. She gave 20 and 18. That's a great game. I'll need that from Reese every game. But Moakley going to have to find, or the players are going to have to find this chemistry to you know what I'm saying? Each player got to get theirs, and I think that will start leading to more wins. Next, one of the biggest thing I would say is defensively, they're bad against guards. The opposing team guards, they're bad. It's just honesty. Last night, Jerica Jordan, guard from Mississippi State, he had 24 points. All three South Carolina guards combined for 35 points. Against Colorado, Gerard and Foreman gave you 19 and 27. And 1 second, let me find their other loss was against another team. I'm sure their guards killed them as well. They're not good against the guards. I don't know if that's Van Leaf not playing great D, not playing on defense, Flajay not playing on defense, Monroe, but some way Moakley has to tell her team or hopefully she's telling her team is every time we lose, the opposing team guards gives us at least 20. We have to find a way to defend the guards of the opposing teams. So those are, I would say, some of the big reasons why LSU girls aren't living up to the fame, aren't living up to the hype that they had coming into the season. Because I for sure didn't expect them to have 4 losses at this point in the season. I definitely didn't. So with that talented roster and with Moakley a great coach, so they have to, 1, find his chemistry. 2, Moakley has to find 3 more players she can play throughout the games. You cannot put 40 minutes on a player. That's a lot of minutes on the player. That's a lot of minutes. And 3, they have to find a way to guard the opposing team guards. Next, we have Whothat, Michigan, after Jim Harbaugh has moved on to the NFL and is now coaching for Los Angeles Chargers, where most people expected. And what is Michigan going to be without Jim? Jim led Michigan to the championship last season, and they won it all. And Jim went out with a bang, and like he should have. Now they have elevated offensive coordinator Sharon Moore to head coach, which is a great decision, and that's what I was hoping that they did, and they give another black man of opportunity to coach, to be a head coach at a Power 5 school. I mean, why not? Why not promote Moore? This season, he was the head coach because Harbaugh was suspended, and he showed up. You look at the 3 pivotal games, he showed up and showed that he's ready to be a head coach. 1, when he acted as the head coach against Ohio State, and he beat Ryan Day, Ohio State head coach. He showed up. He had some key 4th down conversions that he decided to keep his offense out there and go for it, and they converted it. He's also the offensive coordinator, so he's calling them plays. So let's give him his flowers. Let's actually give a cheer for my man, Sharon Moore. But he has shown that he's ready and he's well deserving to be a head coach. Next game, the Alabama game, he did not put too much pressure on J.J. McCarthy. They ran the ball. They are a run-first team. That's what Michigan does. Michigan will run the ball down your throat if you allow them to. And he will stick to what's working. In that playoff game, McCarthy threw the ball 27 times. Blake gave you 19 carries. It was a balanced game. He knows when to, if he needs to run it a lot or pass it a lot. No, I don't believe none of that game where he put the offense in harm's way by doing too much or trying to be too cute or things like that. When he needed to get it done in that overtime, he gave the ball to a star player, and that's Blake Corum, one of the best running backs in college football this season. That's what he did. So his ability to know when to give the ball to your star players is a big key point in being a head coach, and he showed that. And then the championship game, coming into that game, everybody knew the way the Michigan would win this game if they run the ball. They knew Washington couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the run against Texas, so they ain't going to stop the run against Michigan. And what they do? They ran that ball down their throat that first half. That first half, they went crazy. But at the end of the game, Blake ended with 21 carries for 134, and Edwards gave 6 for 104. And McCarthy threw the ball, guess how many times? 18. Or 10 completions. So he knew how to beat and he came up with a great game plan on how to win in the biggest game of the season, which was the championship. And he executed that plan and left with a ring. He already is loved by the fans, by a lot of the players that's returning. They have one of the best running backs returning, Donovan Edwards. He had 2 touchdowns. He had both touchdowns in that game before Blake. So he already showed, and since he been there, he showed why he should be a top player. He should be a top running back. Why he is a top running back. He's going to continue to show that next season he may be the best running back in college football next season. Running behind that O-line, getting all them carries. Now that he's actually running back 1, he's going to show. Him returning is a big key component in them being nice next season, and he's there. So Michigan will be fine. Michigan will be fine in the Big Ten also. They really only have one team to go against in the beat, and that's Ohio State. And Ryan Day is not the best coach. I'm not saying Moore is already a better coach than him, but he kind of outcoached him last year, so of course he will have to do it again this year. But Moore is a good coach to me. He's not a bad coach. So Michigan will be fine after Jim. Trust me, they will be fine. Next, we have Whothat, Oregon Ducks. Oregon has been killing the transfer portal. I say it again, folks. Oregon has been killing the transfer portal. They have been bringing in big-time recruits, big-time players that's going to come and make immediate impacts. And they even kind of got some players for 2025 season. All right? Now let's go down and let's listen and see. Oregon got the number 1 wide receiver, Evan Stewart from Texas A&M. Number 1 cornerback, Jabbar Muhammad from Washington. You know my boy Box that. Then they got for 2025 season, Dante Moore, quarterback, he may sit behind the other quarterback they got, Dylan Gabriel, quarterback from Oklahoma. What does Oklahoma quarterbacks do? Let the ball loose. That's all they do. So they on offense, they set and they ready. Not done. Cam Alexander, number 3 cornerback from Utah. Number 11 D lineman, Jameer Caldwell. This is one of the highest rated recruiting class in Oregon's history. And not to mention they have Dan Lanning coming back. A lot of people thought he was going to take the Alabama job, but he didn't. So they should be nice next season. Oregon has been killing the transfer portal. There's still time left. They may get some more recruits, but they have been killing it. Like, Oregon will be nice next season. I believe Oregon will be a top 5 team next season. Now that they're in the new Big 12, I believe, kind of like the Pac-12, so there's no defense. They will be nice. Mark it now. Oregon will be a top 5 team in the college football playoff next year. Mark it. Next, we have Whothat, Tennessee volunteers. Violation. What are you doing? NIL violations. I mean, is it true? Maybe. Maybe not. I've been seeing it around on Twitter a lot and on Instagram, a few of the accounts that I follow. But it hasn't come out to be 100% true, but it may be. They're kind of linking it to the Nico signing. I don't want to mispronounce his name. So Nico is a quarterback from last year's class that just came in. He's the number 1 quarterback of that class and committed to Tennessee. Not saying that Tennessee shouldn't get top recruits or that they don't, but when last time they got a number 1 quarterback? It's been some years now. So they haven't came out and said that it's 100% true, but they shouldn't be even getting these rumors. You know what I'm saying? You don't see the other schools getting these, but you see Tennessee getting them. So Tennessee, let's slow down. If it is true, let's slow down. I know NIL is the way to go, and that's the way to get these players, but you can't be violating out here. You don't want to get suspended, and now all your players are, you know what I'm saying, they're done and they got to go. So let's not be doing that, and let's do the things the correct way and the good way. But let me know how you guys feel about NIL in the comments. Do you guys like NIL, or do you guys think that it is hurting college football? I believe it's good. The players should get money, should get paid because they are big time, not just players, but celebrities. People like them off the field, off the court. You know what I'm saying? So the same way, you know what I'm saying, people use their image and likeness for their business. You know what I'm saying? People that may sell jerseys or make shirts and jerseys using Shedeur Sanders or Bo Nix or Andrew Reid's face or whatever, and they're selling it. So I believe they should get money from that. So, and they're on, you know what I'm saying, national television, they get a lot of the views. They're bringing these networks all this big money. So they should definitely get some of this money. They should definitely be compensated for this money. Then it's like, are they just picking on Tennessee? Because you have other schools that, I'm not snitching or dry snitching, but Nebraska, they got number 1 quarterback in the class this year. I'm not saying that they cheating, but did he go there for NIL? Did he go there for, what did he go to Nebraska for? I like Matt Rule. Yes, he was decent at Carolina, so he should be great in the college game, but Nebraska ain't win no championship. They not. Let's be honest. So why did he go there? You know what I'm saying? So next, we have the Senior Bowl. It's draft season. College football is over, so it's now time for the bowl games. And one of the biggest bowl games in college is the recent Senior Bowl. The seniors go there, they play, and they ball. I think this will be one of the best Senior Bowl draft classes in a while. There's a lot of great seniors in this class. There's a lot. Roman Wilson, day 1, stand out. He was getting open all day and getting to it. He couldn't be guarded or stopped. Roman Wilson is a great wide receiver, though. A lot of people may not know him or may not believe that because his numbers may not show that, but you have to think he plays at Michigan with Blake Corum and Edwards. So how many targets is he getting? He's a great receiver. He's a great slot receiver that knows how to get open and that does get open, but how much, you know what I'm saying, how many targets or opportunities does he get to show it? But when he does get these targets and opportunities, he shows up. So he made a big catch in that playoff game against Alabama. He showed up. So Roman Wilson, I'm not surprised that he won today. He was the top standout player in today's practice. I'm not surprised by that though. Then you have the I would say the biggest eyes or biggest viewpoint with the quarterbacks, Bo Nix and Michael Penix. Penix has been hurt a lot, man. He's had 4 season-ending injuries that hurt him a lot, hurt his draft stock, but I think, you know what I'm saying, I believe should have won Heisman this year, and is a great quarterback. He has shown that this season. He has great accuracy. His pocket awareness is great. He doesn't take sacks a lot. He knows how to move around the pocket. Doesn't have the biggest arm, but he can get it there. And of course now he knows how to not get hit to not get hurt. So protecting himself is a big key component in playing quarterback well, especially in the NFL. That's a big part of it. So then you have Bo Nix, quarterback from Oregon, one of the most experienced quarterbacks in college football history ever. So he should show his. I believe he has all the tools. I believe he actually has more tools than Penix because the injuries, like his mobility, I would say is better. He has a bigger arm for sure. He's bigger, taller. Pause. And like I said, more experienced than Penix. Penix had one great year due to his injuries. At Indiana, he was decent when he was out there, but he didn't have no, you know what I'm saying, crazy year like this. Nick has been great at Oregon. At Auburn, he didn't show much, so that's why he transferred to Oregon. But he's been great at Oregon for 2 years, and a top offense in both years. So that battle will be nice. And there are two players that I will be on the lookout for, and that I believe you should look out for is the Murphy twins from UCLA. Them boys can get after that quarterback. And that's what the NFL is about, getting after that quarterback. The Murphy twins can get after them. So you see the Thompson twins from NBA. You see how they got drafted kind of back to back, and now that's a big story in them. So yeah, I'll be definitely interested and happy to see how the Murphy twins, how would they get drafted, how would their story be. So we'll definitely be on the lookout for the Murphy twins and the quarterback battle. I believe they're on opposite teams. It will make sense for them to be on opposite teams. I hope they are, so we can kind of judge it like that. But Senior Bowl is here, man. Leave in the comments who you guys think will be the best players from the Senior Bowls, or the top draft picks from the Senior Bowl. Because I believe, like I said, this will be the most picks in the first 3 rounds in the last 5 years. This Senior Bowl has some talent, from linemen to the DBs to the big wide receivers like Johnny Wilson, like 6'4". I know my Commanders could use him, but that's for another day. But yeah, man, leave in the comments who you think Senior Bowl, who will be drafted first from the Senior Bowl. Will there be some top 5 picks, top 10 picks? Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this year's Senior Bowl. And that's all we have for today, folks. I'm Trill, and I keep it 2 things: true and real. Peace.